Hello. So, this is part 3 of my 8th grade autobiography. After packing our stuff the next day, we went across the street to the Civil War Museum to get an auto tour of the battlefields. Once we put in the CD, the music began to play and a man began to speak. My dad said it sounded like it was made in the 1950s. It said to travel at a pace of 15 miles an hour. When we did, it was not at the right pace as us. When we traveled at 5 miles an hour, it was. The battlefields were huge and marvelous. It's not marvelous to know all the bloodshed on the land, but just the thought of all the land. We saw all the monuments and statues. They were beautiful. We eventually got to go to the tower at Eisenhower's land. I think it was him. And you could see so far. It was just amazing to see it. Mom could barely make it up the stairs. I'm not saying she's fat, but there was a lot of stairs. Oh, I forgot to mention this at the point when we left D.C. While we were driving on the highway, we got a call that my grandmother, who lives in South Carolina, was in the hospital. She'd gained a lot of weight from fluid in her body. She was already overweight, but she had gained a lot from liquid. The people at the hospital thought she had congested heart failure. Well, after Gettysburg, we traveled to New York, New York. We didn't actually stay in New York City. We stayed in the city next to it. The hotel was just fantastic. The next day, we went to Liberty State Park, which we had gone to 2 years ago. We could see the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. My dad told me that my great-grandmother and my great-grandfather both went through Ellis Island when they came to America. After we left the park, we drove into none other than New York City. We attempted to find Wall Street, and while we were looking, we passed Trump Tower and the Bull, also the largest Macy's. After we drove around for a while, we started the 4-hour drive home. The ride seemed to take forever, but we finally made it home. I never thought I would miss my room so much. On the last day in April, my brother had rehearsal for First Communion, and I had opening day for softball. May 2011. May 1st, 2011, Thomas received his First Communion, and he did great. I was so proud. After the small party, I had to go to another softball game. I got to pitch, and I did pretty good. I love to pitch and play first base. First base is my position. I play it for rec, and I play it for my travel team, the Taunton Tornadoes. I wish the Freeman coach would give me a chance. Once she has put me there during practice, and I didn't mess up. I'm not saying I'm the best in the world, but I am good. I get stuck playing left field, which is such a drag. Oh well, can't always win. Laura still hasn't said much to me. I decided to write her an apology letter for everything that I have ever done. I took responsibilities for my actions, and I confessed to things that I wouldn't before. I had just hoped that she would forgive me. Maybe we wouldn't be as close as we were before, but at least better than nothing. Liz and Tim finally made up. Thank God for that. They are both my friends, but I hated being in the middle of their fights. It really got on my nerves. And then they made up. I was so happy, especially for them. The Memorial Day assembly came around, and I was really looking forward to it. I really enjoy the Memorial Day assemblies. I thought I was going to cry this year, since last year I almost did. I almost did this year. It just makes me sad, yet proud. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the soldiers and everything they do for our country, but I would be really upset if one of my friends decided to join. I'd be too afraid to lose them. I also forgot to mention that in April I started to write poetry. My poems are depressing. The reason why is just because I was upset about losing my best friend and finding out the truth about another. In my opinion, I believe most of them are pretty good, especially coming from me. Everybody always says I am too hard on myself. I kind of am, and I realize it. It just seems that everything I do is never good enough. I guess that's how most teenagers feel. Why should I be different than anybody else? I'm just a quiet 13-year-old girl who gets offended easy. I need to move on. It's been a month since my grandmother went into the hospital, and she wasn't doing so good. My mom decided to fly out and see her for a week, May 31st through June 1st. June 3rd. I knew I'd miss my mom a lot, but I really miss her. Even though I don't talk as much as some of my friends do with their moms, I can't imagine what I would do without her. She comes home on Friday, and I am so happy she's coming home. Well, that's a wrap for May. June 2011. I'm not looking forward to graduation. I don't want to leave my friends. I don't want to leave Friedman. I don't want to grow up. Period. Time goes by so fast. Graduation, semi, which I don't have a date to, and the future all coming so fast. I will be attending Taunton High in the fall, along with Kelly, Laura, Rob, and Brandon. At least some of my friends are going to be in the same high school as me. To tell you the truth, I'm terrified to go to high school. Bullies, big people, popular people, older people, the thoughts just scare me. I'm growing up and there's nothing I can do about it. Another thing that will happen in June is my first 2011 Tornadoes tournament. I'm looking forward to it. I think Kelly and I have grown closer this year. I bet this summer is going to be so much fun. This summer, my birthday. I will be 14 on August 21st, 2011. Yes, I know, Nat Turner's Rebellion happened on the same day as my birthday. Just a lot of years before it. Well, I think I've written all I can think about of my 8th grade year. There are probably things I've forgotten. I can be very forgetful. I get it from my dad. I want to end with the best line from a song that I personally love. We're smiling but we're close to tears, even after all these years. We just now got the feeling that we're meeting for the first time. For the first time by the script. I bid you adieu. Mara Annalise Boberugian, FMS graduate, 2011. So that was my 8th grade autobiography. I got a 90. And I can read you the comment that my teacher wrote. He wrote, Mara, nice job, but what about the future? High school? Did Laura accept your apology? Good luck in high school. J. Sunderland. I miss him. He was an awesome teacher. I could also read you what he wrote in my yearbook because it was really sweet. Um, hold on like 2 seconds. Okay, so this is my 8th grade yearbook. There's a sun and a cloud and the pathway, and it says Friedman Middle School, yearbook 2010-2011, and the whole cover is that it's like marble in the background. Okay, so my teacher, Mr. Sunderland, he wrote, if I could just find it. Mara, you are a wonderful individual. You need to put yourself out there a little more, so more people can see how bright you are. Happiness is a journey. J. Sunderland. Mara, you are such a sweet young lady, and so determined to succeed. Keep up the good work. Best luck in high school and beyond. Mrs. O'Brien. Mara, you are one of the nicest people I have ever met. Thanks for being a great student. Bye, Mr. Angel. Mara, it's been so nice having you as a student. I will never forget you, especially since you and my boy share a birthday. Good luck and take care, Mrs. Borges. Bobo, I enjoy looking at your smiling face. I hope our paths cross at the high school, Mrs. Prevost. Mara, it has been a pleasure to have you at Friedman. Good luck in sports and whatever you decide to do. Stay safe, Mrs. Arcady. Mara, to a great science student and a nice person. I've enjoyed having you in class this year. Remember the fun, science, and 249. Rockets, earthquakes, Roy G. Biv. Good luck in high school and the future. Come back and visit. Keep on smiling. Mr. Bryety. Biv. Oh, I miss Biv. He was awesome. Um, any other interesting things? Melon, can you believe it was 4 years ago that I said hello to you as we headed for lunch on the first day of fifth grade? Time really flies. You have been a great friend, and I wish you a great summer. Hope to see you next year. Alice. Bobo, you're one of the coolest kids I've known in Super Art, besides Billy, and that's just 'cause Billy's awesome. But you are too, so I can say you are one of my best friends. Shade. No shade. OMG, Melon! So many good times together. I'm gonna miss you. Text me and we can chill. Becky. Dear Bobo, remember the Pigman's monkey? Yep, same name. Have fun. Rob Brown. Mara, even through all the fights this year, I want you to know that you are beautiful and great. I'm sorry that things worked out the way they did. I hope you understand. Best wishes next year, Laura K. And thanks for tying my shoes all the time. Of course I remembered. Mara! You are a nice person, according to my mom and me, and I hope to see you this summer at softball. Stay smiley, Vicky Karantinakis. Mara/Bobo, have a great season of softball. Try not to hurt yourself. Devin. Well, that's my 8th grade year wrapped up for you guys. Thanks for listening. Bye.